Alrighty, y'all, welcome back. I told y'all we banging all these videos out just for you. And plus, you know, it's Star Wars month. I'm excited, man. I'm doing it for me too. There's a little collector kid in me as well, excited for all of this. So it's for all of us. Now, getting into it, we do have the Clone Trooper. But before we dive into all of that, again, don't forget to hit us up over on Instagram. As soon as we get any information, you will know about it. Boston Collectors, if you're interested, we have a lot of content prepared for you all for the month of May. We're super excited to get that out to you. And we might have a cinematic showcase coming with a couple of characters. You never know. So stay tuned, subscribe if you like it. Subscribe if you're interested in that. We do have a showcase right now for Pennywise. It might be something similar to that. It might not be, you know, stay tuned. We'll see. Getting back to the Clone Trooper though, sitting here at $230. Now, the max number of payments, you can only have 4. You can't have any more than that, but you can have less if you so choose. I always go for the highest number of payments. You know, it makes it easier for me personally. I ain't got it like that, all right? But speaking of, if you do, you can go ahead and pay that $230 up front if you so choose. Me personally, I ain't got it like that, but if you do, go for it. Now, a couple of other things before we start diving in the photos and what's in the box. Don't forget to apply that payment plan before you pre-order, because if you don't, you're only going to pay that NRD and you're going to have to pay the rest of it when it starts to ship. Now, the expected to ship date is between April and September of 2023. So that's going to be next year for obvious reasons, COVID and what's going on at the ports. This whole COVID thing, it's been worldwide for what, like 5 years now? I don't know what year it is anymore. But luckily enough, this helps me remember. Now, getting into what's in the box. Now, for those of you who are familiar with the 501st, if you own a 501st or the deluxe 501st, which is allowing you to swap between the 332nd, the phase 1 and the 501st, then you're familiar with this body and what we might come to expect. The only thing that might be a little different could possibly be the legs, because the Coruscant Guard, the legs were a little bit different from the 501st. So still, I'm curious to see what they end up doing here, because I personally prefer the Coruscant Guard legs over the 501st. If you own both of those figures, let me know down below which one you prefer the most. Now, getting into what's in the box, we do have 30 points of articulation. We also have 8 interchangeable gloved hands, which include 1 pair of hands for holding weapons, which you have the trigger hands. You also have 1 pair of relaxed hands and 2 pair of gesturing hands. They still have not included fists for whatever reason. I genuinely have no idea. I don't. It's unfortunate, but we don't have them. Moving on, we do have that special package design with the Star Wars Attack of the Clones anniversary logo. If you're familiar with the 40th anniversary box, then you are very familiar with how that's going to work. Moving on down to the weapons, we have 1 rocket launcher, 1 blaster rifle, and they did put a typo here with 1 blaster pistol. We do not, in fact, get a blaster pistol. We get a rocket launcher, a sniper, and a blaster rifle. Unfortunately, we don't get the pistol, and I'm not really upset about that, because you can also probably buy some from part outs or things of that nature. If you have Cody or Rex, if you so choose, you can give them the pistols and they can hold them pretty well. Moving on down here to the accessories, we have 1 backpack with the covering and weathering effects, which we have seen with the 501st. We also have an interchangeable Clone Trooper Phase 2 helmet, and we also have the figure stand and the character nameplate. Now, let's go ahead and dive into the photos here, because when I tell you my excitement went through the roof when they gave us shinies, are you kidding me? I've been waiting for shinies. If anything, I think the custom world has been waiting for shinies. If you're a painter, you have been waiting for shinies. You can make any clone trooper out of this. This right here is your template. This is a canvas if you're a custom painter. But if you're a collector like me and you just want a couple shinies in your collection, yes. A couple of them, please. This is looking amazing. And I absolutely love the fact that they added the Phase 2 helmet, which can be seen in Revenge of the Sith, and it can also be seen in the Clone Wars. This right here is the reason why I went ahead and picked this up. I'm absolutely loving the way that this looks. I'm not really a fan of the Phase 1 helmet. I wouldn't have picked this up if they didn't add the Phase 2, but the fact that they did, thank you. Look at this. You cannot say no. You can't say no to this, man. This is looking awesome. Side by side. See, you can't have one. You need 2. You need brothers, man. Go ahead and throw a brother in the collection. We got that sniper rifle there. And then again, they slid in the what I think is Ayla's battalion. I'm pretty sure is it 327th? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's Ayla Secura's battalion. I could be wrong though. If you know whose battalion that is, let me know down below. But it's great to see that they slid in another clone. They're listening. I'm hoping they're listening, because how many of us would just like Mace Windu's battalion or Commander Gree and Yoda's battalion? Like, come on. The 212th. How many of us will like those, right? But Custom World's like, who's battalion? I can make one. I'll make my battalion. Getting back on topic here. We've got that rocket launcher that we've seen with the 501st. We've seen this weapon a million times. I've got at least 8 of these. This is, wow, this is awesome. I've got at least 8 of those as well. This right here. All right, so we have the accessories page. Now, we do have the gesturing hands that are missing from the clone pilot. Again, we don't have fists. I really wish they would add fists here. I would be totally fine if they got rid of these, the gesturing hand there and the thumb. I'd be okay if they swap those for fists. Let me know if you agree down below. I really want fists with my clone troopers. I really, really, really do. Now, the rest of this, again, we've seen the majority of this with the 501st. This is the 501st just shiny. We don't have the 332nd helmet. There weren't shiny 332nds from what I can recall. We don't have the jetpacks. That's the one difference. So it makes you wonder, are they going to add a magnet in the back for us to apply a jetpack from previous releases? Now, when we look at the helmet here, though, on the Phase 2, it does look as if we'll be able to apply the binocs and the torch on this helmet. At least if it's similar to the Coruscant Guard and the 501st and Captain Rex, we'll definitely be able to do that, and I'm hoping that they stuck to that. Now, there is actually two different things that I want to point out, because this isn't actually film or cartoon accurate. We're missing a couple striations here on the helmet. There are lines that are supposed to be on that jawline there, and we're missing a red sort of light on the tip of that back portion on the Phase 1 helmet, which is still missing on the 501st as well. So there are some inaccuracies here, and I'm pretty sure they just wanted to push this out, to promote it, and it is a prototype, so keep that in mind as well. But there are some inaccuracies. If you caught any more, let me know down below, but those are the only ones that I noticed right away. Again, let me know down below. Now, for $230, is this worth it? This is looking a lot more worth it than the clone pilot. I gotta be honest, y'all. The clone pilot, we only have 2 weapons, less hands. We've got 2 swap out helmets, and we have 2 helmets here for $230. This is more bang for our buck. I know when you look at the 501st, we sort of have the same thing going on here. We don't have that jetpack, but again, that was somewhat before COVID. I'm trying to factor that in as well. So we don't have the jetpack here. We don't have the thrusters. It's a little bit different, right? So we have to keep that in mind. We also don't have detonators. I'm not tripping about that. We do have a backpack, but it would have been cool if they slid in a couple of detonators as well. For $230, I'm not really upset about that. I'm genuinely not upset. We also didn't get a Phase 1 helmet with the regular 501st, and we have it here. They took out the detonators though, but they also gave us the Phase 2 helmet, which makes up for it somewhat. Not necessarily make up for it, but they've added a little bit more to this one than they did with the 501st Standard Edition. Now, while we don't have the jetpack, we do have the backpack. $220 in comparison to $230, I think this is reasonable. I gotta be honest with y'all. I really genuinely think $230 is reasonable. I would love to know a couple of things though. 1, are we going to get the upgrade to that helmet? 2, are we going to have a magnet in the back of this figure in order to apply the jetpack? And if we're going to be able to remove the insert there, if you will, on this particular helmet for the binocs and the torch, that would be helpful to know. And sort of a bonus edition, I would like to know what's going on with the ratchets there in the waist. Again, me personally, I like the way that the Coruscant Guards articulated there in the waist over the 501st. So I still have a lot of questions, but with all of that out of the way, $230 I think is a decent asking price. I gotta be honest here. I'm also excited about having shinies, but being totally unbiased here, $230 in comparison to the previous 501st, I think is reasonable. I really think it is. So let me know what you all think down below. Do you think $230 is reasonable? How many are you picking up? I'm personally picking up 3 of these. I accidentally placed an order for 4, but I'm going to have to cancel that 4th one because of the way that it processed through. I messed up and I didn't apply that payment plan. So don't forget, if you're trying to apply that payment plan, you have to select it. I was moving too fast and totally forgot. So customer support for me. Again, I'm curious to hear how many you're picking up. If you think $230 is too much, if you think this is a steal, I'm curious to know down below. This is Jonathan with Boston Collectors. If you like the video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. We're super close to 1,000 subscribers. It's been amazing. Thank you all so much for your support, and we'll catch you on the flippity flop.